KGT, baby.
What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Junior Mafia coming back to you with another video. So we're gonna check out some wrestling news, no other than Wrestlelamia, and I do see some interesting topics that he got in the caption that I definitely want to listen and get my personal takes on and whatnot, and looking forward to it right now. So without further ado, we're gonna dive right into this video.
What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Jey Uso got knocked out after Raw, a WWE title change goes down before Raw, released WWE name joining OnlyFans, Biggie getting married, a major WWE return incoming, the new Judgment Day member revealed, Ric Flair denies cancer claims, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive
make sure y'all
lists.
subscribe to Wrestlelamia.
Now, as always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number one, Paul Heyman shines.
Yes.
Must be that tan.
He
Raw
damn
kicked
sure
off
did.
with an intense promo from Paul Heyman. Heyman would interrupt world champion Jey Uso, and Heyman offered some much needed insight into why he turned on Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Now, Heyman delivered some of his finest work in recent memory. He explained that turning on Reigns and Punk was the right call and was completely justified. Both of his respective reasons were logical and easy to follow. This is the exact type of motivation that is lacking from the current John Cena heel turn. It's always appreciated when WWE explores the logic and reasoning for a heel turn to make sure that fans can follow it. Number two, Jey Uso.
And here's the thing about that. I'm definitely proud of Paul Heyman because of his delivery, and when it comes to promos, this man always delivers. But he know how to add emotion, add truth to their character and the things that they do and whatnot. And I was expecting the same thing from John Cena when he turned heel, and it's like I didn't get that same emotions that I felt when Paul Heyman pretty much crashed out and really spoke his truth when he was in the ring with Jey Uso this past Monday Night Raw. You know, I felt like if we would have had that type of energy from John leading up to the match with Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, maybe things would have been different. You know, but I'm glad. I mean, I'm happy for the heel turn because we got it now and all, but I just feel like the delivery and everything else, it kind of fell flat a bit. It's never too late to change that, but I definitely want to see a lot more energetic heel from Cena, if we could put it that way. Like the same thing how we look at Paul Heyman and how he could just deliver just like that. I want John Cena to be the same way. Be cruel. Be like throw jabs and everything like that. Like those are things we look for. You know, not and Paul Heyman is a clear-cut example on how to bring emotions, how to bring, you know, realistic feelings to your character in there. So I hope we get more of that from Jay.
Versus Seth
John.
Rollins.
Sorry.
Following the opening promo between Jey Uso and Seth Rollins, it looked like WWE was shifting gears away from Jey versus Logan Paul to Jey versus Rollins. The two would collide for the world title in the main event
Which is
slot of
crazy.
the show, and the match was one of Jay's greatest matches. Rollins once again brought the best out of Jey, and the match was a PLE quality match. Whilst we didn't get a clean finish, we did get a huge match in the main event of the show, which was badly needed. CM Punk also made his grand return to WWE television in the match itself. This was a nice surprise, as Punk had stated that he would be missing another week of television, but evidently he was trying to keep his return under wraps. Number three, Sheamus returns.
And I like that. Like, for somebody like CM Punk, is that you don't want to make it too obvious that you're going to be on this show that day. Like, keep every surprise. I like the kayfabe side of him and whatnot. And definitely was excited for that main event because they had everybody, like, shocked in the sense of, oh, can a title really be changed that quick. Even though Jay had it for like a couple of weeks right now, and then Seth Rollins could take it from him. Like I like how they kept us at the edge of our seats of making us believe it was going to happen. Because even though we had Sami Zayn and CM Punk, you know, come back and AJ, you know, against Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins and whatnot, the execution of it was so fucking good. So I give him credit to that, man. That was so good. And Jay looked good too in that match. And I hope he continues to be like that, you know, for months to come and whatnot. So I enjoyed it.
Now, at last, Sheamus is back on Raw. Fans have been wondering
Yeah,
where
good
on
to
earth
see
Sheamus
Sheamus
has
back.
been, and now he's back in his babyface role. The former WWE champion received a huge reaction from the crowd, and hopefully we are back to having Sheamus showcased in featured matches each week on the Red brand. Number 4,
No doubt.
Promo Masterclasses. The two key matches for Backlash were actually given significant promo time on Raw. The Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch promo exchange was tremendous, and Valkyria managed to hold her own against Lynch, which is extremely hard to do. Additionally, the Gunther and Pat McAfee promo exchange was well executed, and both men managed to up the intensity ahead of their showdown at Backlash this coming weekend. Number 5, Rusev Crush. Rusev had his first match since returning to WWE, defeating Otis in the process. The match was a great showcase for the former US champion, and WWE are presenting him as a monster heel. It'd be welcomed if Rusev received a meaningful feud sooner rather than later, and with Sheamus back on television, a Rusev vs Sheamus program would be perfect for the summer months. That was good. What about...
I agree on that one too, and I hope that does happen. I forgot to bring it up in my recap video on Monday Night Raw that just passed, but the dominance I saw from Rusev and how he just pretty much destroyed Otis and packed up Tozawa like quickly, because he didn't even care about Tozawa at that point. He put his whole attention on Otis and locking in that accolade and not like getting off. I'm like, it's good to see that dominance from Rusev, and I hope they continue to be like that moving forward. And if you want to give him his first few since being back on Raw, Sheamus is the right person for it. So sign me up. I know they both going to deliver, and if so, I cannot wait. That's a must watch.
About the bad is number 1, Pull the Trigger. WWE once again are planting the seeds for Austin Theory to turn on Grayson Waller. The issues between the two was a key theme during their segment, as well as Theory's match versus Sheamus. WWE have been teasing this for close to a year now, and the fans are slowly losing interest at all. Either do it or don't. Number 2, 5-match PLE match card. And one of the issues with the Triple H era is the obsession with 5 matches on a PLE card. There are so many matches that could be added to Backlash, such as Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez and Julia, and these aren't even being built up on television. It's unclear if the 5-match format is a TKO call, however it would be welcome to see the feuds on TV make it onto the PLE match card for a definitive conclusive payoff. And number 3, where is Cena?
Real quick before I get into that, yes, the 5-match PLE, the 5-match PLE thing, they need to shine away from that a bit, because now you're making it too obvious, and it's like you got other feuds that you could build up on, that you could insert in there and whatnot that deserves to be on a PLE, but it won't make it because of your whole 5-minute thing. And I think that is a TKO situation and not a WWE thing. But they need to change that sooner than later, because this shit is really, it's getting out of control. Like, back then, even when Vince had it, you saw about 6 or 7 matches for a PLE and whatnot. And sometimes it worked. Sometimes it didn't. But everybody had their moment to shine on it. When you have only 5 matches for a PLE like Backlash or any other stuff like that, none of the feuds can be built to make the pay-per-view a little more interesting and whatnot. And I feel that's why it's something they need to go to. And I hope they do go that direction soon, because this whole 5-match card on the PLE is annoying. Please, you can add additional ones on there. If the feud is built right and people is looking forward to it, do it. That's what we ask.
Both John Cena and Randy Orton weren't present on the show last night, and this is disappointing, especially because this is the biggest match on the Backlash card this
Exactly,
Saturday.
yes.
While Cena's dates are limited, WWE could have easily had Orton on the show or even had the two engage in some pre-recorded content. It's just not on to have neither of them present on the go-home episode of Raw. There was nothing downright ugly on the show, as WWE did a solid job building up key matches for Backlash, and the only true low point was the lack of Cena and Randy Orton ahead of the PLE this weekend. What'd you guys think of the Red Brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now,
and here's the thing, while we're on the subject with Randy Orton and Cena, I am disappointed because we don't see Cena as much as we expected him to, especially being his last year, being with WWE. We were anticipating we'll see John Cena consistently. Now, I get it. I know he have like a busy schedule as far as I know. But still, you have Randy Orton there that he can come on Raw, cut a promo, call Cena out, say X, Y, and Z and all that, and make it interesting. The fact that you don't have Cena there as much, and you try to insert Randy Orton here and there on SmackDown, it's not enough. With a short week to build up to Backlash, put Randy Orton on Raw, let him talk his shit, and then I know John Cena is going to be on SmackDown this Friday, leading up to their match at Backlash this Saturday. So take that right there. Randy Orton, of course, she's going to probably be in the ring. They're going to have they final confrontation up until their match on Backlash. But I truly believe, have they used this time, knowing that it's just a quick turnaround to Backlash, you could have made this interesting and had Cena to be there for that time frame. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it, and I'm hoping it change. This shit is crazy.
Let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at what happened after Raw. Now, top story today takes a look at a major angle that went down following last night's Raw. It appeared based on Raw that WWE were moving away from the idea of Logan Paul challenging for the world title.
So
However,
we
the
thought.
show was a red herring, as after Raw, Paul appeared in the crowd with a hoodie on and knocked out world champion Jey Uso. Now, footage of this was seen on WWE's social media channels, and naturally, due to the names involved, it's received a lot of attention. The fans were hoping that WWE had dropped the idea of Paul being a main eventer. However, they clearly want to see Paul in that upper echelon role. Now, as things stand, the match isn't set for Backlash this weekend, and it's unlikely to be added now that 5 matches are confirmed for the show. The current card features John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE title, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title, thank you AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta for the IC title, Pat McAfee versus Gunther, and Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest
And that's a good
for the US
lineup.
title. Now, in relation to when Jey versus Logan Paul will go down, Saturday night's main event is a probable destination. The show is set for 2 weeks after this Saturday's Backlash, and currently the only thing set for the show is an appearance from current WWE Champion John Cena. Next up, a WWE title
enough.
change goes down
I'll take
before
that.
Raw. Now, the following news does contain a significant spoiler for the WWE Speed title, so if you're one of the 3 people that watch it, well,
In
you
case
might
you don't
want
want
to
to
go to
skip.
the next story.
There you go.
The WWE held a taping for WWE Speed before Raw, and now El Grande Americano defeated Dragon Lee to become the new champion. WWE evidently aren't giving up on the Americano character, and he is now the 4th holder of the WWE Speed Championship, joining Ricochet, Andrade, and the aforementioned Lee. Just a damn shame that he's managed to get a singles championship before Chad Gable did.
Right.
Total injustice. Next up, Ric Flair denies cancer claims. There was concern on social media yesterday for wrestling legend Ric Flair. Flair's son-in-law Conrad Thompson claimed that he had undergone a procedure to remove skin cancer from his forehead. Flair has now directly addressed these claims on social media, and thankfully Flair claims that he doesn't have cancer and he hasn't had a procedure done. I'm sorry people have been misled by social media, but I don't have cancer of any kind. Thank you for your concerns and for everyone reaching out. I'm absolutely fine, and unfortunately, you'll have to live and put up with me for another 25 years. It's unclear why Conrad claimed this, but nevertheless,
Very
we're thankful
good.
that Flair appears to be in good health. Next up, a WWE star
what's up.
re-signs. And despite WWE making cuts recently, the company has officially managed to keep one key name under contract. WWE and former Women's United States champion Chelsea Green has agreed to a contract extension. Fightful are reporting that Green
Good for her.
recently signed a new contract with WWE, and it's a multi-year deal, but the exact length of the contract has not been disclosed. Green has been a major standout since her WWE return, and some fans even claim that she's one of Triple H's best rehires. Next up, Becky Lynch addresses
I
the
agree.
Becky Hogan
Yes.
meme. Now, in recent months, WWE fans have coined the phrase Becky Hogan for Becky Lynch. This comes from the idea that Lynch politics herself into favorable positions. Lynch was asked directly on the Raw Recap show what her thoughts on the meme were, and she didn't hold back. My face that's already been through hell. My nose isn't perfectly straight anymore, my shoulders popping out, I've got scars all over my arms. All of this from everything I've given to this industry. People go around and compare me to the scummiest person on earth after everything I've done for them. So now I'm the bad guy. I'm supposed to sit here and take it even though I haven't done anything wrong? I broke through the glass ceiling. I changed the game. Now, the comments have clearly hit a nerve, and comparing any talent to Hogan in 2025 just isn't right. So it's easy to see why this would upset the former women's champion. Next up, a release
Yes,
name
and
joining
while we on that
OnlyFans.
subject right there, I don't understand why people are trying to compare Becky Lynch to Hulk Hogan, thinking that she's pretty much trying to put her own self over and bury the new talent, because that's something Hogan would do. You feel me? Becky not here to do that. What I think is her sole purpose of coming back is to uplift Bayley and put Bayley over big time when that moment arrives. And I think it arrives when Becky Lynch somehow probably beat Lyra Valkyria at Backlash, becomes the new Women Intercontinental Champion. She holds it for a while until whenever Bayley comes back, they have their feud, and then boom, she takes the title off of Becky Lynch. That's her goal. So anybody who thinking that Becky Lynch is trying to go the whole Hulk Hogan route and pretty much not trying to put talent over or anything like that, I got news for you. That ain't her. So you could take that out of the equation and whatnot and really look at this from a standpoint of she's really trying to uplift the other talents there. So that's all I got to say about that.
A could a released WWE star be joining OnlyFans? But the recently
Now, this
released
is
Cora
crazy.
Jade is rumored to be joining the platform, as she replied, "Stay tuned, honey," when Indy Hartwell tweeted about her joining the popular site. And there are screenshots circulating of a profile featuring Jade's picture, but whether it is her real profile has yet to be confirmed. And no, my wife won't allow me to research that. Next up, huge congratulations to Biggie.
I mean,
Congratulations to
I can
Biggie, who
hustle.
took to Instagram yesterday to announce his engagement. The former
Yeah, I've
WWE
seen
champion
that.
shared pictures of the engagement ring and of himself and Chris Yim, the sister of SmackDown star Mishin. Tons of WWE talent, both past and present, were quick to share their warm messages, and it's evident that Big E is one of the most beloved pro wrestlers in recent memory.
Word
We're
up.
wishing all the best for the couple.
Congratulations.
Next up is a major WWE return incoming. Could a significant WWE return be on the horizon? Brian Alvarez from the Wrestling Observer, WWE are interested in once again working with Ronda Rousey.
Oh,
Alvarez
no.
states that if Rousey returns, it could lead to WWE re-signing the recently released Shayna Baszler. WWE does still want to do something with Ronda Rousey. Shayna Baszler obviously retired Ronda Rousey, or at least her last match in WWE, so I cannot say that there's no chance we'll never see Shayna Baszler again. I cannot say we'll never see Shayna again, because if WWE makes a deal with Ronda, and Ronda wants Shayna back, she'll be back. Rousey's had two respective runs in WWE. Her initial run was well received, whilst her second run unfortunately failed to deliver, and ultimately left a lot to be desired. WWE bringing back Rousey after releasing so many women in the division would be a questionable move, but this is a 2025 WWE we're talking about, so anything is possible. And finally, has a new Judgment Day member
About that, I have mixed emotions about Ronda Rousey coming back. Her first run here with the company was good, spot on, and whatnot, and you know, the fans was on her side. I mean, interesting. Then when it came down to her, when the fans started booing her and she didn't know how to adapt and be a heel, that's what kind of diminished her character, and it started going downhill from that point on. Then when she left and she came back, especially winning the Royal Rumble, fans was not into it. They booed her from the minute she won, leading up to when she left, when Shayna Baszler retired her. So do you really think if she comes back again, that the crowd's going to be excited to see Ronda Rousey, especially after her recent comments and what she said about the company? People don't forget that. And you got to understand, once those things happen, it'd be hard for you to get them back on your side. Unless she could be some type of a real chicken shit heel and put on some crazy things that can buy the fans back into it again, then I'll say, okay, it's a winner for her. But considering the fact how everything turned out, it don't make no sense whatsoever. So, I mean, if it happens, it happens. It's out of our control and whatnot. But we'll see how things go. But I'm not a fan of it. So, if she comes back, then it is what it is. So, there's that.
Been revealed. Now, our final story today takes a look at a potential tease for a new member of the Judgment Day faction. On Raw last night, Finn Balor was caught at a distance talking to Roxanne Perez backstage. A WWE teasing that Perez could be a new addition to the group, and could this be a sign that Liv Morgan is getting set to exit the faction? Morgan is currently off WWE television filming a new movie, and her absence is likely to be the cause of dissension within the group in the coming weeks on Raw. But there you have it, folks. Our look at Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need.
That's insane. So I will say this. Liv Morgan departing because she has to do a movie and whatnot. If that's her way of kind of writing her off and inserting I'm about to say Cora J, inserting Roxanne Perez into that mix, it would sound dope, but I'm at this moment right now where she just break the Judgment Day up as a whole. I think it finally ran its course, and there's other things they can potentially do without being a faction, because it just don't generate that much steam anymore. But Roxanne Perez joining, it won't be bad, especially if they turn it into an angle where if Liv do come back and she kind of jealous because it's like, yo, you let somebody else take my place in here, and this is how this whole thing going down. Like, there's directions they can go with that, but I don't know. If it's up to me, I think you just leave it how it is and just break them up and go on with that moment right there. So there's that. But this was a very good video from Wrestlelamia. He has very good topics and whatnot, and I definitely enjoyed it. So comment down below. Let me know, what did you like about this video here? What's something that caught your attention, and what's your takes and whatnot? Leave them down in the comments down below. I appreciate your love and support. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop content right here on this channel. Roll to 200 subscribers. Continue to keep God first. Trust the process on anything that you do in life. Your time will come. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.